Hi, I'm Jim. I'm with Bored and Retired, and today I'm going to change it up a little bit, showing off my comic books. I'm going to show you a few comic books that I picked up this past weekend, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Cincinnati Comic Expo 2025 and last year's Cincinnati Comic Expo 2024. The first comic convention I've been to was last year, the Cincinnati Expo Comic Con 2024. It was in October of last year, and I went with my brother Mike, his wife Kumi, my niece Ashley, and her husband Kyle. We met at the Sharonville Convention Center, and we went in, and it was mind-blowing to me. I've never been to a convention for comic books. It should have actually been called pop culture, because there was much more pop culture than comic books there. But there were quite a few vendors, probably around 15 or so to 20. So we got in and we just wandered around, looking at everything, looking at all the great pop culture and comic books. And I was making mental notes of which comic book dealers to come back to go through their stock. And we just kept wandering around. Nobody bought anything. We went through the entire convention. We went to where they were signing autographs. My brother got an autograph from Lee Majors. Then we ate some, and we've been there about 2 hours at this time. And after we ate, my brother and his wife decided they wanted to go. They've had enough. I had to go back. I told them I got to go back and buy some comic books. And my niece and her husband said, "Oh, we'll stay with you." Little did they know they'd be there for another 2 hours or so. So we went back, started from the beginning, and I started hitting comic books and vendors and picking up a whole lot of comic books. And they drove me home. Thank goodness. It's been a long walk without them. Well, this year, the Comic Expo is coming up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'll be there on Sunday this time. I'm going to attend it after church, get there about an hour after it opens, and I'm going to be taking some heavy duty bags this time, because I only had plastic bags they gave me from the vendors. I plan on picking up a lot of Quasar, Infinity Watch, anything that's the space opera of the Marvel Universe, and of course anything that is a cover by. Like I said, I love buying comic books by their covers and exploring new storylines. And that's what I'm going to be doing this week. But I'm going to show off what I picked up last weekend at what's called the Peddlers Mall in Georgetown, Kentucky. Well, we went in, me, my wife, and some of the grandkids, and we started wandering around. And I found a 7-box vendor stall. And I looked at the first comic book, and it was 99 cents. And I just smiled, and I picked a few more up, and they were all 99 cents. And I went through 3 boxes. Then I looked down, and my wife had pulled out a chair that was at the booth, and she was there asleep. I'd bored her to death looking for comic books. So there was 4 left, and I went really fast through those. And I didn't think I picked up anything out of those, but the 3 I went through, that was great. So I'm going to go back to that Peddlers Mall, because like I said, I only hit 1 stall that was there, and there was a whole lot more I had not explored. So I'm going to show you the 20 or so comic books that I picked up at that time. The first one is Power Man Iron Fist Special Double-Size Issue number 100. The Power Man and Iron Fist, I just like their combination, the storylines, more down-to-earth battlers. They're like the Batman and Robin of the Marvel Universe. I picked up the Infinity Crusade number 2. There's 6 issues in this series, and this is the second one I picked up, actually number 2. And there's 4 more for me to find and read. This one was an interesting one I put into my comic book database. I use Comic Stash, and this is called Worlds Collide number 1. I put this in, and I could not find this comic book, but I found a blank comic book with the exact same cover. The superheroes weren't on it, And it just confused me until I saw that they were stuck on there. These are color forms. Color forms people took out of the magazine somewhere in here, and they just placed them out there wherever they thought it would be nice to have the superheroes. Cool concept. Another, I love gimmicky covers, and this one is way up there. I never even heard of color forms, so I'm going to look it up and see how many other comic books put color forms on there, because I used to do that when I was a kid. They don't do that anymore, I don't think, and they might just do regular stickers. I picked up Superman's Secret Identity 100-page spectacular number 2. This reprints Superman Secret Identity 3 and 4 from this series, so I got to find the other one. That'd be Superman number 1, 100-page spectacular, and it'd be the first 2 issues. In a previous video, I mentioned G.I. Combat from Star Spangled War Stories. Well, they had a one-shot of him all by himself in one issue, and this is that issue. Like I said, I really enjoyed the storyline that was starting in the G.I. Zombie. It was, I'm probably going to pay up and get some of those issues I'm missing. And then I have from The Future's End, Trinity of Sin, The Phantom Stranger, number 1, one-shot. I actually read this. I picked up a trade paperback with the Trinity storyline, and this is in it. But it's nice to have the number 1. Didn't know it at the time. Put it in my database, and it came up. I already had it, but it was in a trade paperback. I picked up Guardians of the Galaxy number 6, because like I said, I love space stories, and I'm going to collect these guys too. And then I got Guardians of the Galaxy number 17. It says It Begins Here, so I guess this is going to be a new team taking over from the previous Guardians of the Galaxy. Then I have Secret Origins featuring the Teen Titans. And it has George Perez art on the cover, which everybody loves because he's a great artist. He loves to put lots and lots of people on his covers. Very well thought of artist. And this, I guess, has the origins of a few of these guys in here. This one is Shadow of the Bat, which is obviously Batman. And this is the collector set. It has a 3-dimensional Arkham Asylum pop-up, a full-colored Brian Steffelsfres posters, official blueprints of Arkham Asylum, and a special edition bookmark, all in this. When I open it up, it's still in the shrink wrap, so everything is in there that I just mentioned. And this is the Superboy from the 1980s. And this is number 51. And this is number 53. And this is number 54, the last in a series. And then we're going to finish it out. I'm a Silver Surfer fan. And got quite a few of these here. Number 54. Number 61. Number 68. 73, 78, 85. Like I said, I like Wonder Man, but this is not a very good rendition of Wonder Man from looking at this. 97. 98. And the last one I picked up was number 99. Silver Surfer looks like he has a new girlfriend. I thank you for watching Bored and Retired. I'm Jim, and this has been part of the DCP Network.